Hi friends, this video is on the book, Are You From Australia? We are once again going to be looking at the main idea like we did with our last one. So what we're going to do first is we're going to look at the front and the back cover. So the front cover is here, and the back cover is there. And even looking at the title too will kind of help you make your prediction. It just says, Are You From Australia? I'm betting that it's going to cover like any animals that come from Australia. There's this animal right here. That's a little, I think it's a baby kangaroo. They're called joeys. I'm betting that it's going to talk about any animals that are from Australia. I didn't know. Maybe bats are from there too. Bats are kind of scary. All right. So what I want you to do is make sure you have your highlighter, your pencil, and then any other resources that you need to complete your book and your packet that comes with it. All right, so first thing I want you to do is open the book to page 3. All right, and then follow along with me with your fingers. Just put your finger under each word as we read it so I know that you're following along. And I'll start. It says, I live in Australia. It is a large country with lots of open space. Many animals live here. I live in the rivers of Australia. I look like a beaver with a duck's bill. I eat tasty bugs on the river bottom. And if you look at this picture, this animal is really cool. It is called a platypus, and it'll tell you the name of each animal right there. This one is, I live in the forests of Australia. I am one of the biggest bats in the world. I eat sweet fruit and flowers. And if you look at this animal, it's called a flying fox. Kind of scary, huh? I live in the deserts of Australia. I hop on 2 big legs and I carry my baby in a pouch. That one is the kangaroo. I live in the deserts and forests of Australia. I roll into a ball when I am scared. I eat yummy ants. And that one is the spiny anteater. And if you remember back to one of our Wildcrats videos, we saw one of these in the video. I live in the trees of Australia. I make my nest with leaves. I am yellow with a green body. And that one is a weaver ant. Looks kind of scary. I don't like bugs. I live on the seashore of Australia. I dig holes in the sand to lay eggs. I catch fish in the sea, and I am a blue penguin. Did you guys know that penguins live on the beaches? I didn't know that. I thought they just lived where it was icy and cold outside. I live in the trees of Australia. I eat nothing but special leaves. This is one of my other favorite animals other than a sloth. It is a koala. They're so cute. I live in the waters of Australia. I swim in rivers, lakes, and even the sea. And that is a crocodile. All of these animals are from Australia, and I am from Australia too. So it has all of the animals that we talked about, and then in the middle is a human that lives there too. So that's kind of cool. I really like this book. So what I want you to do now is grab out your packet so we can work on it. And then we'll do a couple together, and then I will have you guys do the rest on your own, okay? So this first page is the page that I want you to take a picture of and turn into me on either a Google Classroom or a Facebook page, or you can email it to me also. It is about our main idea and our supporting details. So I think for the main idea, it talked about what in here? Things that lived in Australia, right? So what we could put is many animals live in Australia. So I'm going to write that down on my paper. You guys can write it down too. Remember, if you don't spell it correctly, that is okay. Just make sure that you're trying to write it down with me, okay? So many animals live in Australia. And don't forget, Australia is a specific place, so you need to put a capital letter. Okay, and I'll show you mine. It says many animals live in Australia. So it has 6 boxes here for our 6 supporting details. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to look through our book and see if maybe there are 6 animals that live here. Do you guys remember that? So there's the platypus, a flying fox, kangaroo, the spiny anteater, the ant, the penguin, the koala, the crocodile. There's 8 different animals that live in Australia that are in this book. So what I want you guys to do is you can choose 6 out of the 8 animals and put them in your detail, because then you can tell me 1 fact about each animal too. And because I love koalas so much, I'm going to have that as my first animal and the one that I show you. So it says a koala lives here. And I'm going to put 1 fact about a koala. I'm going to put, I eat special leaves. Okay, and I'll show you what I wrote. A koala lives here. I eat special leaves. But one thing that you guys will notice too, if you look at the book, I kind of copied one of the sentences here. What you guys can do also is you can say a koala lives in the trees of Australia, and that could be your fact also. But you don't have to make up your own sentences like 100%. What you can do is you can look at these and copy them too if you want. Okay, so I showed you 1 chunk from this first page. Now I want you to go to the second page where we work on our sound. So if you look down here, the instructions will say you need to add the short vowel I to each word. Then have students read the words to a partner. So I'm going to do 2 of them here so you can see what it would look like and what you're supposed to do. So if you look at every single one of these words, there is a space between the letters. That is where you're supposed to put your I. So I'll fill in the first 2. And you'll see that they are filled in now. So, and then now I'm going to read the word. And if you don't know how to read the word, you can sound it out too. And do it that way, using your lips to fish and then stretchy snake. So you can go chicks. And if you look at a picture, it's a couple baby chicks. And then this one, lips. Okay? So your job is to put the I's in the rest of these words and then read them out loud to someone else. Alright, this last page is kind of a fun one too. What you're working on is putting verbs or our movement words into the correct sentences. So I'm going to do sentence number 1 and sentence number 2 out loud with you. Your verbs that you have for your options are live, make, dig, hop, swim, roll, carry, and eat. So I'm going to look at number 1. It says, I blank in the rivers and blank tasty bugs. So I think what we should do is we can look back in our book too to see if any of the animals fit with one of our sentences. So let's look. Is there any animal that lives in the rivers? Uh-oh. If you look at this first page, Under platypus, look at that. I live in the rivers of Australia. So I'm going to write down live in the first blank. So do you see that? And the kid is barking at air right now, so she's kind of weird, isn't she? So it says, I live in the rivers and blank tasty bugs. So, looking at all your words, which one would fit for blank tasty bugs? Would you make? I don't know if you can make bugs. I don't think you could hop bugs either. You can't really dig them. You can't really swim them. You could probably roll them, but I don't think that makes sense. Can you eat them? I think you can. So I'm going to put eat. And then we'll read the sentence out loud together. I live in the rivers and eat tasty bugs. That makes sense to me. So I just helped you do number 1. And we'll maybe look at number 2. Ooh, this one could be an easy one. This is like a one about one of the animals in the books. It says, I blank on 2 legs and blank my baby in a pouch. So let's look through our book and find an animal that does that. That's pretty easy because it's the kangaroo. So it says here, I hop on 2 legs. So I'm going to put hop because that's one of our verbs. I hop on 2 legs and blank my baby in a pouch. And if you look at the sentence on your page, it says, I carry my baby in a pouch. So I'm going to find the word carry. And I wrote those down, and you'll see that these sentences are complete now. One thing that you guys can do to make sure that you don't accidentally use the same word more than once is you can go up to where it has your verbs, and you can cross them out once you use them, because you're only going to use them once. So I'm going to cross out live, hop, eat, and carry. And you'll notice you have 4 problems left, or 4 sentences left to finish, and you have 4 words left up here. So you shouldn't have any issue figuring out which words go where, okay? And once you finish all of this, you can put it back in your sleeve for that week. Make sure someone takes a picture of the first page so you can turn it into me either on our classroom or through our Facebook page or even an email. And then you're all good to go and you're done. Have a good day, friends.